Yeah, what's good? It's Red, back with another video. So, bro, I'm not even near the fucking snow. Damn, yo, this car is needy. So, I occasionally go around my old neighborhood where I grew up just to look at like the park and just the overall trailer park, and just I like to reflect. And I was doing that today actually, and the thought dawned on me like, yo, like there's so many people that I grew up with, and we came from the exact same environment, but they turned out so differently. Like there's quite a few that are now dead. There's a few that have multiple kids. There's a few that are just like deadbeat dads and so on. But I think that what I appreciate the most about where I come from is that it gave me so many diverse people to actually interact with, and it showed me, looking back at it now with all the knowledge that I've gained, that the environment doesn't necessarily dictate who you become. It definitely plays a factor in it. And I know I talk about astrology, but this is more so talking about the material side of things. Your environment plays a part in how you develop, yes, but as far as past a certain point, it then becomes your decision to decide how you want to act. So let's pretend, right, that you grow up in a household and they're doing drugs, there's criminals, there's a bunch of buffoonery going on, big word right there. And then you go into high school and you meet other people and they don't have that same environment. You go over their house, they make you big bowls of like food, juice, water, and like they're really kind, they're nice, and they're not doing what your home environment is doing. What that shows you is that there's a different path. So at that very point, it becomes your decision to decide if you want to go down the same path that your environment at home is showing you, or go down that better path. But then the next question arises, what if the person never endures or never experiences a better environment? Well, that's when I would be more inclined to believe that your environment does dictate how you turn out. But for the majority of people, since it's a rule that you have to go to public school, you're going to interact with different people at some point. It's just inevitable, right? So with that being said, if you are coming from an environment that's not good, and if you want to change as a person, and if you have a brain and not a disability that stops you from physically doing something or having the ability to think for yourself, you need to take a hard, long look at yourself, and really determine how exactly you want to change. Because yes, you might have grew up poor. You might have grew up eating ramen noodles and Chef Boyardee. So what? You lived, you made it through it, and you got to look at all the lessons that you went through during your lifetime. Because yes, it is true, people have different environments. That's very, very true. But what's your excuse if you grew up in a poor neighborhood and another person grew up in the same neighborhood 2 blocks down, but they made something of themselves and now they're doing well? What's the true difference there? Nothing. They took all the benefits, all the lessons from their bad environment and turned them into something productive, all right? So become the alchemist of your environment and just go for it, all right? So about it for the video. If you like it, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about it.